I'm really enjoying this healing stuff because honestly, I feel like my skin is going from strength to strength. Like I've never seen it so clear, so radiant, and so smooth. I'm going to continue. Guys, welcome back. Day 24 and happy Christmas Eve. I hope you're blessed wherever you are tuning in from. So let's get straight into it because I know everybody's preparing for Christmas, right? So today I started the day again with lots of tea. I think I probably had like up to 600 milliliters of tea, which should be something like 20 ounces of tea today. And it was the Lion's Mane green tea that I had yesterday, which was tasty. I also went to the gym around midday, so I didn't have time to juice until, like I usually try to juice around 2 p.m. But I only juiced about 3. And because I went to the gym, so I did like a full body workout, then I did yoga, and then afterwards I went to the sauna. So I was definitely tired by the time I'd finished, and I had walked to the gym, which is about like 25-30 minutes. So by the end of the sauna, I was feeling very hungry. So I went to a cafe and I got some apple juice, which was really delicious. And I gave myself a moment to really sit down and take it all in. By the time I got home, actually by the evening, I was very, very hungry, super hungry. And I had my mom's snack that I made yesterday. I had that in mind. So I ended up having dates and peanut butter. I mean, I really couldn't control myself. And I think I might have like a dates problem, like a dates addiction, but it was so delicious, and that is like the main thing I'm looking forward to when it comes to finishing this cleanse. So I had like maybe 4 or 5 dates with peanut butter, and it was anyways grace, right? And in terms of the healing part, my favorite part, I've been researching a lot more about African spirituality. And that has been really interesting, actually, opening up to I guess the spirituality of my heritage, my ancestors. And of course, like I'm not Christian, but I was raised in a Christian household. So I left the church about like 6 years ago, permanently, and kind of like finding my way over the last 6 years. And it'd be nice to root myself in maybe a specific practice or a specific community. As I mentioned before, getting together and bowing down together is something that I really want to call in. And then this morning I did a really wonderful Kundalini meditation. I really didn't know what Kundalini meditation was, but I realized that I had been doing it before. So about 2 weekends ago, I went to let's call it like a workshop conference sort of thing for women, entrepreneurial women who are into spirituality. And so we did a Kundalini meditation that used all the body and like really getting the breath and the energy to go right to the crown and expand the body. But I realized that couple years ago, maybe 2021, so 3 years ago, I was already doing this kind of meditation because I was following Dr. Joe Dispenza. So it's nice to come back to Kundalini meditation because it really works. Actually, it takes me to a different realm. And this morning, it actually did put me to sleep. So I fell asleep for a couple of minutes during the meditation, and actually what I saw was my sister. And that is really crazy. I heard a message, but I did not write it down. But my sister had passed about 10 years ago now, 10 coming up to 11 in April. And it's just interesting, actually, what is happening in terms of my consciousness and in terms of my awareness and in terms of that portal, to whatever realm that is. So I thought maybe I should talk to my sister a lot more, and maybe I should ask her for communication. I don't really know what to make of that, actually. Her being in my dream as I was doing the meditation. I'm open-minded, and I'm going to trust what's ahead. I'm on day 2 of healing my PCOS. I did take my garlic and my blood orange and my apple cider vinegar concoction. Have I noticed any differences? No, nothing yet, but It's just about continuing on, maybe for a month, maybe for 2 months, but I'm going to definitely give it a chance and give it my all. And throughout the day, I've made a point to talk to my higher self and talk to God and really open up that channel, because it does make me feel better and it makes me feel more present, and it makes me feel like I can create my own reality. I showed myself a lot of kindness today, a lot of grace, and a lot of self-love. And that started with me listening to words by Abraham Hicks. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Abraham and Esther, but it's about kind of like maintaining, she talks a lot about the vortex, but it's about maintaining the state of the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard talks about, but of course in their own words, in her own words. And it's really about like focusing on what isn't, in order to get something new in terms of what is. So the way Esther puts it is really like articulate, and it makes sense, and she's really funny as well. So it's nice to listen to her. And then throughout the day, I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza as well, who talks about the same thing, but in his own words, in terms of his own workshops and the seminars and the healing transformations that he has and that he's experienced. But he comes more from a neuroscience angle, let's say. So those two combined really reminded me throughout the day that it's so important to maintain that state, that vibration, and keep maintaining it until the thing that you desire shows up. So that has been my goal throughout the day, and it has been working. I feel really good, and I feel really excited about what's happening now, and I'm also excited about what's going to happen in the future. So a lot of people I've noticed in the last like couple of weeks have been talking super negatively about money and wealth and their own financial situation, which I guess they're coming from a place of truth. However, I know how important words are in terms of manifesting the things that you desire and also making yourself feel good. The more I focus and kind of deflect, not deflect, dodge, that's the word, dodge those words, those negative words about money, the better I will feel, and the more abundance I can attract into my life. Because now I'm not scared of money, I'm not hating on money, I love money, and anything you love, you get more of, right? And lastly, the last thing I want to celebrate is that I managed to do a pretty good headstand and the middle splits. I've been working on my middle splits for about like 2.5 months, and I feel very comfortable in them. So it's just throughout this year, as I've continued with yoga and continue with different challenges like 75 hard, like twerking on my headstand twerk and middle splits, I've seen my body achieve different things, and it's so nice to think about the potential that the body has and how great it can be. I fell down in BJJ about a year ago, and I had knee pain in both knees for most of this year. But doing yoga, especially a specific, I think it's called Skandasana, that move has really healed both of my knees, and it has allowed me to go further in my dancing as well. So that is wonderful, and it just proves to me that there are no limits in terms of the body. So what I feel is calling me is actually calisthenics. So I think next year I will begin to explore calisthenics and see like how mobile I can be, how agile I can be with my body. So I'm really looking forward to that, and also seeing and meeting my new calisthenics like leader or mentor or guide or coach. I'm calling that in now for the next year. That's it for me, guys. I hope you guys are preparing well for Christmas. I wish you the best. Rest well and eat a lot of good food as well. Take it super easy, and I hope you do enjoy the day ahead. Until tomorrow.